Oh, fuck. I forgot this happened. And I scoop him up in that moment and kind of I pick him up and instinctively at this point Bang kind of just crawls up the chest. Can I can I pick him up and then like instinctively Bang kind of just knows to scare how to scurry like up the chest and onto the shoulder. Um I say, you say is he are you alone? And I turn and I ask, what did you see? Yeah, I didn't see the point, but I can see the map though. um, would I say I turn to Sinane? Well, we should probably go investigate. Nice. Oh boy, here we go. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm essentially following suit to Sinane. Yeah. So what does disadvantage do? Does that mean? Oh fuck. Hmm. um. It, yeah, I know it's. I don't know what Sedane's character would do, but I think with my wisdom or intelligence, I should say, my character is sufficiently convinced that nothing happened. Well, nothing, transpired yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh my lord. Dude, this is exactly what I mean when I promise you my character is like, "Yep, all good to me." Nothing to see. Yeah, at this point, yeah, at this point I'm just like, "Peric, why did you steal your own things?" what would a zero in wisdom even equal to in this situation? Oh, I'm like, Sinane, did you do this? I'm just oblivious, essentially. Yeah. Oh. Um, if that's the case, I'm assuming I'm also gonna do paperwork, and I turn to a Fisky and say, "Well, it's gonna be a pretty boring evening, but do you mind accompanying me while we join Sinane?" I I snort I snort out flames with a bit of a chuckle, and I yeah. Unfortunately, yes. This is what we do. Oh, surprise. Let's see. Is that would that be considered a short rest? Okay, cool. Let me just. There's a way to. You can do that through. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. Oh, okay. Um, what time would you say that Fisky would be up? And I think yeah, Raz would let out a chuckle and get up and kind of like try to like fix up and seem on point, even though he's probably still tired himself, and be like, "Yes, well, that makes sense to me. On you go." Which which one was that one? No, no, no. Raz is asking which one is Shindor. Yeah, there's not a tavern where I haven't been. Yeah. Is there no other tavern we could meet? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, fine. Yeah, we will meet there. No problem. And and you yourself. Meanwhile, like, while that was happening, I was like, Raz was kind of like randomly kind of just like picking things up and like kind of moving things to look like he was doing something. uh, yes, yes, exactly. Mm. Yeah, seriously, that was really nice. It's so good. It's so good.
So we're hanging around with an angel. I mean, that's a good thing if he doesn't suspect anything. It might come in handy later on.
Well, I mean, it probably explains why he's so obsessed with the lore, but Yeah, he turned into an angel and he charged at me and he was very, very angry. But I managed to throw him off the scent. And the owner of the shop knows that there was 6 rings that were taken. That's been in the report, but
Mhm.
Sinane doesn't seem to know exactly what those rings are, or he wouldn't tell me.
Ah, okay. So 6 magic rings is what was reported.
Mm-hmm. There
Okay.
might be more than that in the report, but so
Well,
we,
I only took 6 rings. So if
So-
there's anything else, I have no idea. Maybe someone else has similar ideas, but I have.
wouldn't put it past the guard to steal a little bit when they can.
Yes.
well, if you took 6 rings, then you're going to have to either part with 3 of them or the money
Gold.
equivalent.
Yeah.
Mm. Like I know
Given
it's
that
hard.
you have already established that you don't have the gold for
Yeah.
any of these magic rings, the money equivalent is
Yeah, it's
probably
not
going
going
to
to
be
happen.
unlikely to get together.
Okay, I lay down 5 rings and then take off my glove and show this was so pretty, so I took this one. We can do whatever we want with the 5 rest, but I took this one because I like it.
What one was that? Did you take?
The protection, because like I looked at all of their pictures and it's the one that would my character would want to use the
Well,
most.
that's the one I actually want to use since I'm like tanking.
We can trade it. Can I give up items that I've attuned to?
Yep, you can. If someone else attunes to them, you lose your attunement.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah, because I only
ring of
pick them
protection,
because of
all right.
like
Ring of jumping.
appearance.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, I've
Okay.
already forgotten what we had. So
They do all have little labels tied to them.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just having a look now to see what they all statistically do. I know what jumping and protection do. What were the other ones we had? What ones?
I
lightning
will
resistance.
paste them in D&D chat for you.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
And
Yes.
yes, you do need to turn the oven on to cook dinner, if it's a cooked dinner orangutan. I can words.
Well, I certainly don't need swimming because I can already do that since I'm made of water.
What?
Yeah, my choice is not based on what the rings do because I do not
Okay,
know what the
okay.
rings do. My choice was purely
can-
on looking at pictures and seeing
Pretty.
that's me. That's the one that I want.
Well, if we can keep 3, and we have to give away 3, so that means 1 each, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would.
So
Jumping protection. Does any of you want swimming? I don't know.
Arwan, you want protection, right?
Ideally.
Okay. What about you, Thurian?
Well, I wanted that because it was the prettiest, but I'm looking at more pictures.
Well, you're looking at the rings themselves now. You've got to imagine you're looking at the rings.
Yeah, but I'm like looking at pictures of the rings online that are like facsimiles of what they would look like because not all of them have pictures on the ring in the item description. Some of them have, but I'm just
Swimming.
googling to get an idea because, like I said, I have no idea of the properties that the rings have.
I'll
My
be honest,
choice is purely
might-
cosmetic.
It might be a good idea for yourself, Thithisky, to have swimming because if we get stuck in water again, you won't have to jump up on someone.
That's true. I
Hmm.
was thinking though it would be pretty cool because I know how to do lightning magic to have the resistance.
Oh, yeah, fair
Oh,
enough. That too.
okay. So these rings, they have special powers with it. Cool.
Well,
So
I'm
when it says lightning resistance, like, is there a certain amount of resistance or
I think resistance just
Half damage.
Yeah.
half? Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. And
Because I get acid resistance as my class, so I don't want the acid resistance ring. That's
Yeah.
for certain.
that's fair. So You can't stack them as
So-
well. You either have it
Yeah.
or you don't, in the same way advantage or disadvantage. As a side note, guys, if there's a rules question, rather than everyone try and answer at once, I
Sorry.
will answer unless I'm away
Sorry.
doing something else.
Sorry.
Also, Charlotte, if you're watching,
So what ring looks the
Um,
prettiest to you now,
what's happening now is
Tyrion?
our group split into
I'd
two,
say warmth or
and so I'm
acid
not part of the group, so I'm
resistance.
just sitting here waiting for them to do their own thing, and then eventually they'll
Warmth
come back
looks
to
cozy.
the
Yeah,
the rest
I
of the
would
group that
agree
I'm
with
part
that
of,
one. That one does look quite warm.
and then I will
Yeah.
have more of a part in it.
Looks
Would it
really
be slightly
cozy.
warm to the touch, maybe?
It would be slightly warm to the touch as well.
Yeah, I thought it. There you go. Well, touch it. See how warm it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the ring of warmth then. Yep.
Okay. I'll have the protection, and you want lightning resistance.
So we'll give
Acid, jumping, swimming away.
I'll put them in a bag and I'll leave them on Whimper's desk when
She'll know what to do with them.
absolutely. But I don't want to wake her up.
No, that's fair enough.
As Ithiski gets up and walks away from the table, you both notice that a drop of blood drops off his wrist wraps and falls to the ground. It looks like he's injured.
I'm gonna turn. Are you okay, Fisky? You seem to be bleeding.
What? I'm gonna look down.
You notice a red patch on the floor that's slowly fading away.
Do
And-
you need some help there? I can give you a little help.
Gonna look at my hands. Is it coming from my hands?
It looks to be coming out of the wrist wraps that you wear, and they almost look like the bandages that Ilnata wears. As you watch, another drop of blood forms on the wrist wraps and drops to the floor.
I'm gonna slowly unwind them and just hold them up and like show that my hand's fine.
Yeah, your hand is just fine.
So you have bleeding hand wrappings.
That's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, same.
I
Do they normally bleed? Like, is this something that you're used to, or should someone be worried?
No.
Yeah, so for
when
everyone checking in right now,
when I almost died,
our
in the
party split up
caverns,
into two
you guys
groups.
saved me, which was amazing, by the way.
I am with my superior, and the
I know I
rest of
said
the group,
thank you-
they're doing their
thank you
own
again.
thing in a different
Um,
part of the town.
I had a dream.
So we're sitting through them doing their own kind of
One
experience,
of
and then
my
eventually it'll come back to
gods,
me,
Ilmater, we visited his church.
or our group, and then it will come
He appeared
together.
to me
So that's why I'm
and
just
offered
relaxing and
me,
not really doing much, just letting them chat and develop their characters a little bit.
a chance. And after I prayed in the church, I said that I was ready to undergo his work. I think Ilmater's the god of the suffering. Not in like he makes people suffer.
What's
in
up,
that
homie?
He helps people who are suffering by taking away their pains, and he
What up, dog? How's your day,
he
man?
wears bloody wraps. I think it's a sign. An odd one. When I wasn't expecting. Oh, we're gonna have to calm
Liddy.
Raz down if he sees this.
Liddy. Thanks, man.
Yeah, like it's not that normal to.
Is this something that's
dude.
gonna happen a
I'm
lot?
level 3, I think. So I've got
No idea yet.
meta
No
magic,
idea. Well, I don't know how to stop it, so
and
Yeah, but at least the blood disappears. So would it be possible to
I'm
cover
waiting
them?
to.
You will
I'm
bleed
waiting
from
for
them, but
combat,
no one will see the bleeding because
so I
the
can do
blood
fucking
seems to
twin
disappear
spell.
quite quickly without pooling up.
My character's gonna have a bunch of confidence. He's gonna pull
try and
a.
put on something with some longer
Yeah,
sleeves.
He's gonna pull a
and I
big
won't
fucking moment
put
where he's
on-
like, "Watch this,
I
twin
really
spell
want- I wanted
fireball,"
to
and
put
just
on this
fucking.
ring and cover it up with my
fuck shit up.
wristbands, but because I cover my fingers too. But I think Raz is probably going to make me take them off, so I'll hold off on putting the ring on just in case. Find the wrist wraps again and kind of
Yeah, dude. Just
look
fuck
wonderingly
them
at
up.
them as I leave to put the
I've
ring
got
back
confidence.
into
I
his
feel
hair
like
very
confident right now.
quietly.
Like my character tonight. Yeah, dude. Everything's getting
And
fucked.
write her a note saying I'm sorry I
Normally,
was out so late.
I've had a passive rolling bad, but I
But
think
I'm
like
okay.
tonight, if we go in combat, I'm gonna fucking roll some big rolls.
Right.
Big boy
so
stepping.
What are you guys doing next?
I'm probably gonna ask people if they're ready to go to the blushing elf.
Yeah,
Because
I'm down to go to the Blushing Mermaid.
not the blushing mermaid, the elf song.
No, yeah, Elf Song Tavern.
No
The
whammies.
elf song tavern,
No
so
whammies.
that we can go to the Low Lantern for this
Yes.
meeting.
No whammies, dude.
On this pub crawl.
So, Shindor,
Yes.
you get up and you have your breakfast, and everybody else appears to be missing. What are you going to be doing with your morning?
Sorry, what am I going to do with
Your morning.
your morning? Well, I'm just gonna stay there because I don't know even like where to begin to look for them, and I just wait around here because obviously they know they are probably knowing where they left me. I think I'm just gonna sit around there and just thinking of what the fuck happened. Did I lose myself or did they leave me? Just like pondering around this for a while.
It'd be so
it's
sick if I
probably
could
getting
twin
on for
spell
about 9 a.m.
breath weapon.
when the
That'd be
rest of the
so
party
fucking
walk
sick.
through the door. They'll be a couple of minutes apart.
Imagine just
so
like
it's clear
Godzilla
that
double
they're,
stream, just fuck.
Not all coming from the same place. But the band is back together in the Elf Song Tavern. The elf is not singing currently. What are you guys going to do?
What time was the
Well-
meeting? That
Midday.
bang had was it? Okay, so
Oh.
probably get a quick bite to eat this morning,
Okay.
feeling a little bit peckish, and then probably get the group together. Maybe at the same room that we bought before the Red Dragon. I know the Green
Yeah.
Dragon room.
So it will be 5 copper for a meal and another silver to rent the room for the day.
I can pay it.
Is there a like a Roll20 map for the place?
There is indeed. Let me move you over. It should be getting somewhat familiar to you guys by this point.
Mhm.
So, yes, Rhea will also be in attendance.
Yep.
Mhm.
So you and Rhea will probably have spent some time this morning in conversation, Shindor.
Mhm.
Can I just say that as my character basically walked in through the door, the scales on certain parts of the body kind of writhed a bit, and I ended up walking through a bit more pompously than I normally would in order to hide the fear I've had before.
So you are a peacock on full form.
Yeah, basically I'm just trying to, yeah, absolutely. It's all front.
Roll perception for me, please.
Okay.
Performance, I think.
Is it-
Yeah, you can roll performance to see quite how peacocky you get.
Okay, sorry.
Wow.
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
so- As you strut through the door, you do notice to one side there's one of the regulars, whose face probably looks vaguely familiar to you by this point, just in passing as they always seem to be here, lets out a small snicker, and the barmaid who you were talking to last night just raises her eyebrow and rolls her eyes at you. She makes apparently no effort to disguise this whatsoever.
Huh. The regular that that snickered at me.
Yeah.
Can I do an intimidation check?
What are you doing to try and intimidate this lady?
That's a great question. I basically stare her down and just say, "What are you looking at?"
Roll intimidation for me, please.
I'm good at this. Oh, don't flop this. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong one. Intimidation.
She looks up at you very steadily and just says, "Biggest cock fool in this place."
Have we seen Raz just peacock in here?
Were you in the bar room at the time?
Because this was as soon as I entered because of how nervous I was to even enter the place in the beginning.
So name
To be
will
fair-
definitely be there.
To be fair, we probably would have the door open so we could see when the others enter.
Okay, roll
Yeah.
perception for me then, please. Anybody who wishes to witness this.
Timur, I assume
I
I.
was the first one.
Well, I've seen it.
He really saw
I
it.
did not see.
So, Ithiski and R1, you both do see this. Firion, you're clearly preoccupied with trying to figure out how to get into the manor, if and when you decide to invade the Vanthamper villa.
Oh, I really want to invade.
Timur, I
when
can't
I see him,
distract.
I'm just giggling to myself when I
I'm
see him.
gonna peer around the door as
Timur.
I see Raz
Timur.
spotting like this, and remembering how weird Raz has been this morning. I'm just going, "You're clearly feeling better, Raz."
Do you want me to roll perception as well?
No, you.
No,
Yeah,
you,
you're
you
next
can
to him.
see all of this because you're stood right next to him.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll just kind of do you say grab Raz by the shoulder, like put my arm around his shoulder and be like, "Not your day, is it? Let's meet up with the others."
I'll just try to wave them in. I haven't like bothered looking at if I see him strut in or whatever, but I'm just like, yeah, making myself known to them that we are in the side room.
I just I kind of embrace Sinane's grasp as we move towards the room, and while still looking at the woman, I just snort some small flames out of my nose and keep going.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I smile towards her as like
You do
Like-
hear as you walk away a clanking sound coming from the animated armor, which is a bit odd, given that it seemed to be able to remain silent. You wonder if it's just maybe reminding you that it's there.
So is that Sinane and I hear that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna- sorry.
Well, go ahead, Ifisky.
I'm gonna bunny hop towards Raz and scamper up onto his shoulder and just perch there with a big grin. Are you putting on a performance for me, Raz?
I don't put on performances for anyone. What do you mean?
No? Just
No.
in a very good mood.
Nope, I'm perfectly normal. Everything is fine. And I jerk kind of behind me here in the armor, and would I? So the animated armor it's following behind us. Is that right?
No, staying
okay.
exactly where it is.
Ah, okay. So I might just kind of turn behind me and then look for it again.
It's that
Yeah.
one, right?
It is indeed.
Yeah. I will just walk up to the bar and ask for one drink, and then head to the room.
Gonna
Um,
flop around Raz's neck and just go, "Oh, well, it's nice to see you swanning around."
I don't know what anything is different. I'm always like this.
Nice to see you have a confident strut, is all.
I'll just make my way into the room.
I just imagine that strut being the Ric Flair strut.
Yeah, it pretty much is. It pretty much is.
Wait, Timur, how much do I pay for the drink again? Just
one
something
copper
cold and
for a
drinkable.
week.
1 copper.
Yeah.
Why do I have to split my currencies?
Mhm.
As you walk in, Rhea will turn to you and say, since we're all back together again, can we start planning what we're going to be doing about the Van Thampers and finding the observer, please?
Well, we have a meeting with Amrik at midday. He said that he'd put me in contact with whoever helped him summon his demons. So we might be able to learn more information about whether there are more demons in the household at the same time.
Well, this is all well and good, but what if he's not helpful?
Well, then, as long as Sinane is amenable, I suppose we go look for information at the source.
Can I say that at this time my character also is not really paying too much attention and is trying to, as disguised as possible, like constantly looking around the room, just kind of darting the eyes around.
Roll sleight of eye? Yeah, just make a dex check for me, please, to try and conceal it.
Okay.
Roll perception.
You can do if you're actively looking for things.
Oh fuck. I did sleight of hand, but sleight of eye. Damn, god damn it. Oh no.
Yeah, so Raz is very obviously looking really shifty and constantly looking around the room.
Slightly dig my claws in. The rest kind of looks to and fro, like try and stay in position, and just look up and go, Raz, seriously, what's wrong?
What? 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 Nothing's wrong.
I tell you what, you guys, you start planning. Raz, can we talk?
Sure.
Come
Yeah,
on.
if you like.
I'm gonna scamper down and grab his hand and slowly pace outside.
I'll follow suit.
I'll let you guys continue the conversation.
Yep.
Unless you want to do this first, Timon.
Let's stick with finishing the conversation about
Yep.
the Van Thampers.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea will very pointedly make it clear that it is always better to plan for the worst and hope for the best, and bear in mind that as soon as you make contact with the enemy, the plan goes out the window anyway because it stops working. But if you don't have a plan, you don't have anything to improvise from.
Yeah.
So we meet up with them. We talk with them, see what we get, and then we adapt as it comes. Might just be a normal conversation. Might be that they will kill us. That is,
at this
and
point-
that is thinking of the best and the worst.
Sanane, if things don't go the way we want, how do you feel about slight reconnaissance within the Van Thampier Manor?
Mm. Knowing you, reconnaissance might be a bit too nice of a word, isn't it?
No. I can just look, see if we find anything that might make it easier for you to allow us to do a more in-depth investigation into them.
If we get some more information that deems him suspicious, then I don't see a problem with.
Yeah, we should also try to have you seen any of those imps lately? In contact with what's the name? Thirstwell.
No, I haven't gotten anything, and I haven't seen anything. Which
Alright.
means his information is hard to come by.
Okay, sounds good. So you're on board with the slight reconnaissance?
Let's have our conversation with him first, and then we'll see what more devil shit he's up
Yeah,
to.
just like a failsafe.
What happened so far in today's session? So
Yes.
basically,
Alright.
Failsafe.
half the group
Yeah,
they went
that
to go
sounds good.
steal some magic rings from the shop, but Sinane and myself, we both worked for the Flaming Fist,
Okay.
and so
So, are you going to do that while the rest of them go
They-
to talk to Amric? Or are you going to
No,
do that?
like we
So basically-
agreed. It's if we don't get anything valuable from
they
Amric.
went to go steal some magic
Right.
rings at night
Okay.
without the
Or
rest
if
of the group
Amric does
knowing.
suspicious bullshit.
And they,
Yeah.
when they broke in, they triggered
Depending
the
on what
alarm.
happens with the
And so,
conversation, there is a possibility of then infiltrating
doing
the
some real
manor and
regret
trying
shit.
to find some evidence.
But they were really able. They pulled it off, and they were able to make sure all the locks were put back in place while they escaped. So by the time we showed up,
Okie dokie.
we just were convinced that nothing actually. We didn't know who it was, and
So, Raz and Ithiski,
Mhm.
you step outside to have a conversation. Are you just going to the common room of the inn, or are you going somewhere else?
I'm gonna, because it's Raz, I'm gonna lead Raz to the bar and hop up and actually perch on the counter, like sit on the counter in front of him, swing my legs slightly. So, what's going on?
drink, please.
The bar lady nods and puts a mug of weak ale in front of you.
I pick up the ale and I use prestidigitation to make it just a bit stronger than it normally would be.
That's not how prestidigitation works, I'm afraid.
Can you make it taste like it's stronger?
It can make it taste like it's stronger, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, cool.
With your wisdom, you probably believe it too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so convinced with my little wisdom. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Raz, in my eyes, Raz is an orc from Warhammer.
He's just, yeah, I love it. I yeah.
Red is faster, therefore I paint myself red. Advantage to initiative. Thank you.
Daka.
We are not having plates of metal that fly just because you believe they do.
The rogue has psionics, Timor!
Seriously.
Have psionics. But bear in mind that if we're going with the power of belief, I can do a lot of things with that as a DM.
I'm just putting out there.
But out there are a lot of devils who would be willing to believe that the mortal realms belong to them under contract.
I'm good. I'm not going to fight it that hard. Just pointing out that if the rogue with psionic powers went down that path,
If the rogue that went with psionic powers down that path, then please gods no.
um, I take a huge swig of the drink, basically almost finishing half of it, and say, "No, it's nothing. I just this isn't one of my favorite places."
just in my eyes for a moment, kind of look around and go, I'm leaning and go, Raz, is this because I stayed with you last night?
What? No. There's just I don't really agree with the music choice that's played here.
There is no music.
What the ghost?
Wait. So just so I know, this is the same tavern, right, where I was under the spell, or no?
There wasn't a spell. The tavern is occupied by an elven spirit who occasionally sings. And at one point, a new song was sung about Elturel.
And that was the song that I didn't agree with, right?
I'm not sure.
When we did that, like when that song played, you said Raz feels something like not right, or in the neighborhood of that.
Yeah,
And
that's
he got really, really scared and frightened. And when we came down the stairs from talking to Tarina, Raz tried to go to Bang. Bang got scared and jumped, and I think it was me and R1 who speak Elvish. We calmed him down by saying that it's a song about Elturel. There's nothing nefarious about it.
Yeah. So, as I recall, the only thing that got Raz confused or concerned was the fact that Detect Magic didn't give him any return as to why this song was coming out of nowhere.
yeah. But I think that's just what I'm trying to play into, is that coming back into this place, Raz is still uncomfortable, but he can't really place his finger on it.
You have had a clear and honest explanation as to why this song happens.
Mm. What was the last thing Fisky said to me?
Because of the ghost. As in,
Oh, yeah.
because of the ghost.
Yes. It's because the ghost.
Oh. It's just an echo of the person. Some spirits don't want to move on. Not for bad reasons, some just want to say. And I think this one just likes to sing.
Fair enough. Would you like a drink as well?
I've never drunk before, but I can try it.
Raz lets out a quite a loud laugh and asks, I don't know actually what the units of measurements are in this universe, but almost like ask for like a small teacup sized or thimble sized amount of alcohol of ale.
A teacup is brought out.
Pick up.
And then Raz goes, "Cheers, dragons."
the dragons. Do I down it or do I sip?
Oh, it'll be much delicious if you actually down it. You don't want to sip that.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna down it.
And I down my drink as well.
You don't down ale.
It is just weak ale. There's nothing particularly horrible about it.
You do if you're a dwarf or a dragon.
Apparently so.
I'm gonna kind of make like lip smacking motion. It's like,
I go, feeds the fire, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Is
you
it
will.
meant to?
It does, and you'll know soon.
Yeah, it doesn't massively set you on fire. It just tastes like, I mean, like ordinary beer does.
Well, because Raz would know more experience about living as a dragon than Othusky would. This is gonna stand up and go. So it's meant to feed the fire of being dragonish, right?
Absolutely, that's what I always say.
Okay. Othusky's gonna stretch those really stubby little wings. Give like a couple of experimental flaps.
Cute.
Nothing special happens.
Gonna look at Raz, who's kind of like slow down the flapping a little bit. Should I try?
Oh, give it a go.
Othusky's gonna jump off the bar and try and fly. Gonna go
If
straight
this
on.
key drops to the floor, like
No,
can
can I basically? Obviously, I'm not in the most alert state, but just before he hits the floor, almost without I just kind of grab him by the body and make sure he doesn't fall.
make a reflex save for me? Or
What would that
dexterity
translate to?
save?
Okay. Dex.
I'm afraid 10 doesn't quite do it.
Oh no.
And if this key hits the floor with a thud and takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
No.
This kid's gonna like get up, clutching his nose and go, "Ow!"
Yo, man, what's going on?
I
I s-
don't, I don't think it's the air that makes it dragony. I think it's just got a fire in your belly, Raz.
I'm gonna quickly just scoop him off the floor after I clearly my hand went out and I just completely whiffed it. It was very embarrassing. And scoop him up and place him on the bar stool next to myself and say, "Well, that was a very good first attempt. You'll get there."
I wish I could say that it was my first attempt. You know, usually Dragon Touch cupboards were one of the few cupboards that are raised above ground because it's considered important if we can learn to fly that we do. It proves that we are just as worthy as well the other Dragon Touch. But not all of us learn to fly, and I'm starting to think that maybe Fiskey's just gonna go quiet.
You and I, we will both learn to fly. Just give it some time.
Well, I suppose nobody learns the skill overnight, right?
He just lets out a kind of a chuckle, which is just too loud for a conversation right next to someone else. You're absolutely right, little one.
I'm gonna scamper up to onto Raz's shoulders, kind of like a kid, and just pat on his head and go, "You don't have to worry about here, Raz, because I'm with you. Dragons have got to stick together, right?"
You are absolutely right.
Plus, I'm pretty sure, considering how fearsome your breath is, that if the ghost really, really annoyed you, you could toast her. I wouldn't advise it. I think Tavern would be quite angry because, well, they're named after the elf that sings, but
I probably could, couldn't I?
Bet you
Yeah.
could.
I could. Yeah, you're right. I definitely could.
Nothing to be afraid of.
I was never afraid.
It's okay to be afraid. Everyone gets scared. Even a Fisky.
Yeah, well, look. We can only be strong when we're strong. And when we're down, we need to be stronger.
Do you know what bravery is, Raz?
What is that?
Bravery is doing something even though you're very, very scared.
Very
Uh,
true.
Raz kind of like looks away in the distance in that way. Like that kind of hit Raz in a bit and then just kind of like for a moment just like doesn't do anything and then turns and says, "You are quite wise for such a small creature, aren't you?"
Oh, you have to be. Got to have lots of street smarts when you're little. I'm gonna give Raz's neck a big hug.
Raz kind of reluctantly smiles just a bit.
One day you will hug me back without being so weird about it.
You can hope, right?
and then I think Raz will just very smiles and then very just gently picks a Fisky up and places him onto the stool next to him.
Yeah, I think we've probably missed the plan. So if you're ready, we can go back.
Yeah, that sounds good. We probably should join the others again.
Fisky's gonna scamper in, and jump up onto a stool, and slam his hands down and go, "What did I miss? Are we causing hijinks?"
Well, we're going to have a talk with him, and depending on the answers he gives, Firion seems to wants to do a little bit of
Yeah, man.
investigation.
I'm
if it's
super
not
stoked with
up to
my
what
cantrips, my
he
spells.
finds
I like my character a
we should
lot.
have.
Catapult,
It's like,
I'm so stoked for because
Bang.
with the
Mm.
Bang character,
What exactly do you mean?
we're
by
forming
hijinks?
like a relationship, and so
Yeah.
essentially what he likes to do
We're
is he
going
likes
to
to
talk to
jump
Hamrick.
towards the enemies, like fly through the air and
And,
attack them.
Well,
And so I talked to my
considering
GM,
I got drafted
and
into the
I
Flaming
changed one of my
Fist,
spells to catapult, and we're going to
what is it, maybe
homebrew
2-3
it
days
where
ago?
he can be on my
And we cleared out
shoulders,
the dungeon,
and then
I
as a
almost,
dragonborn,
in
I will
fact, I'm
actually
pretty sure I did
catapult
die
him
for a
forward
little bit.
and
I
give him
saw
advantage
the light,
so he
so
could
to
jump to
speak.
further distance. And I'm really stoked for
anyway,
that.
And the chaos that we've got up to, like we're basically on a murder mystery, like in the books. I think that's hijinks, don't you?
Yeah, dude, I'm
Sounds
so stoked.
hijinksy.
It's so cool.
It does.
So as long as we
I
can
thought you
role
couldn't
play our
read
way
books.
into like getting that
I
close,
said that I only learned to read recently.
I can just, as an action, I can just cast catapult and I just
I
like
see.
a baseball
Wimper's
fucking
friend-
launch him towards the
Wimper's
enemy. It's gonna be
friend
so cool.
used to be in a circus, and they tell the best stories. And because they tell the best stories, Wimper learned how to copy them. So she has some books that she knows how to read
Yeah, dude.
in big detail.
I know, Scorcher. I had to pick that
it's
up.
fun. She
Had to
taught
pick
me
that
to
up.
read that way.
Yeah.
but some of them are a bit pulpy.
I see.
Well,
Well,
it makes
shall we
sense
get
too
going?
because
Mm-hmm.
my character has
Do
this
you
thing
like the
where
cheap detective novels?
in
I
combat
do.
he'll just he has these moments where he goes, "Watch this," and then just rolls the dice in hopes
I
that he
don't mind.
fucking like
I
nails
think
the
at some
rolls and
point
damage.
you've probably heard
Um,
Whimper
So
laugh
Agonized Scorcher,
after
I
quoting,
had to pick that up.
well, now I'm going to have to listen to you walking around with my voice for the rest of my life, aren't I?
Proper.
Bloody bird.
I hate birds. Fuck.
many irritating birds in this campaign so far, apparently, and I love all of them.
I haven't met any of them because that's been you guys.
think I met one bird and I hate the bird because he put shit in my bag.
But like
I need the word.
after Bang asked if I like the novels, I'll be like, I prefer to read other types of stories.
Oh.
I bet he's one of those military readers. Bet he loves to read tactics.
I bet you love romances.
Come on, Sinane, you got to tell us what you love to read.
I think we can. I think we should leave. We don't want
Well,
Amric to be waiting.
I think Atiski was right then.
There's nothing to
I
be
just start
ashamed
marching
of.
out of the tavern.
Or maybe he liked military romances.
Do they
Oh, maybe he's got a thing for
my-
his superior.
My steps are slightly louder now.
Yeah, I'm stuck, man.
Okay. So,
I also like curse under my breath, like fucking bastard. I don't read those things.
Is that in range of everyone else?
I'm doing it as I'm walking, so in that case, how good is your hearing?
I guess we're gonna find out.
roll it.
Roll it!
16 enough.
Roll it!
Timur, do I roll like a whisper check?
I mean, you can't really whisper as a skill, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, you start to whisper, you have a low roll instead of you yell.
You fucking shits.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that you'd get from a roll on that. So I'm going to say no. And if so, we have a 9 on Arwan's perception, which isn't enough. And Ithiski's of 14 is good and would be enough if he'd been in the same room, but he wasn't.
What about my 16 passive? I always forgot that I have
Ooh.
baseline 16.
Yes, your passive perception will pick that up.
Just laugh.
Hate you.
What did you say under your breath, by the way?
I said like fucking bastards. I don't read that thing.
Oh, so good.
Okay. So, are you doing anything else before you head off to the Low Lantern?
Yeah, I'm really hoping for
Nope.
combat tonight,
Okay.
but
So,
I don't know.
When you get to the Low Lantern, you head into this familiar dive of an inn with the smells of only just noticeable smells of vomit and stained walls, and it's dim and it's dark. But when you get down to Amric's level, where you've met him before, he is not there.
Are we early or
he-
late?
If you wait around for a little while, he doesn't show up.
I want to ask one of the bar mates or maid keepers if Amric's been around today.
Not that I've seen today, sir.
Yeah, well, last
He's
week
normally in by now, but
there wasn't combat last week either, so I'm hoping
yeah, I
for
don't keep
some
track of him. I'm afraid.
tonight. Is this sorry? Are we all in the same place at once now?
Yes.
Is there a roll 20 scene for it or?
There is a roll 20 scene. I can move you over, but spoiler alert.
Okay,
not
then
much
then
gonna happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing from the description.
yeah, I want some combat because
There we
I'm
go.
level 3 now, so I have meta magic, and yeah,
I'm gonna tap Sanane
I want to do
and
a
like
watch this moment and twin spell
if he had
fireball.
nothing to hide,
Be so fun.
I'm guessing he would have showed up.
Might be right.
So what about the plan B now?
Well, given the devils, I think we might have enough material to justify inspecting him.
That's even
Do-
better.
Do we
Ah.
wait until nightfall?
No, if we're doing a straight up investigation, I don't think we're waiting for nightfall. Or is that what Sanane is implying?
Sanane is mostly implying that he doesn't like Amric because Amric is doing things that might hurt the town. And Sanane doesn't appreciate this.
A little bit.
Okay, so
Like he's
let's
summoning
go
devils.
kick in
and
the door,
killing-
fuck him up.
Let's go smack his ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's go.
Let's kill him.
What would Sinane say?
Like now, as in
As
No.
these ideas are being suggested to you, Sanane, you hear a faint whisper in the back of your mind. Justice.
Oof.
Ooh.
wait.
Oof.
That's the question is it justice to fuck him up or no? Huh.
That's
Yeah.
all you hear.
Right. Righteousness.
Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
No, Sanane says, if hopefully we're not in earshot of all the people in the tavern. Are we?
You can make sure that you're in a corner away from prying ears.
Because basically what I say is like, if this is what it takes to make sure that the town is safe, then I'll gladly investigate his house.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Rhea will side with the idea of investigating any evildoers.
Wait, who? What? The what?
Rhea
It's the
mentioned
chick-
the
the
NPC you
chick-
picked up.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, did you just reveal my deity or some bullshit? I forgot this name. I was like,
She is the
oh.
Hell Rider from Elturel.
Yeah. It's just I
Are-
misheard you.
Are we gonna go like as if we're what's the term? Officers of the law and
Yeah, man.
demand
New
to
spells.
investigate the
I want
house,
to
or are we
fire 'em
going
off.
to be subtle
And the
about
way the
this?
timing is, I guarantee you, we're gonna wind up right
If
on
you would allow me to, I would love
roll
to
initiative. Combat will start right where we end, and I'm gonna
ask
be so
the guards if
upset.
Amric is home
Oh.
and say that we have planned a meeting with him. And if they don't respond nicely, then we have people who are better at the evasive arts than I am.
Okay.
Oh dang.
Yep.
Because
That's very reasonable.
I will not be entering this house uninvited, given my rather loud assortment of armor.
Okay. That's very sensible, actually. Okay, let's go then.
I'll turn to Snane. You feeling alright?
I'm feeling conflicted. Now let's go.
Yes, sir.
Hurry up and perch on Raz. Just look at Snare as we go. What do you mean conflicted?
Well, if he happens to be innocent, then I have caused trouble in places where I shouldn't.
I mean,
Well,
it's a very, very like small if.
and
But fairly
also,
simple.
wouldn't it be better to, if something comes of this and they are innocent, to explain that we found someone that looked like one of the vampire sons and we just wanted to make sure that everything was okay? There's no harm in double checking, right? I'm sure they'll understand.
Yeah.
These people are rather
It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is permission.
Well, I
Hmm.
mean, we're getting a
Well-
bit ahead of ourselves there.
Arwar, you're not getting permission to sneak into someone's house.
Exactly. So it'd be asking for forgiveness.
Well, do people give you permission to sneak into houses? Is that a thing?
Um,
That seems weird.
Well,
I mean, there might be a time when you will be given permission. Let's say there is a wealthy gentleman and his wife, and he wants to make sure that his wife doesn't have a lover. The
Well,
wealthy
that
gentleman will
would
give you permission to sneak into the house to make sure that there isn't anything going on.
sounds like
Uh,
that's happened to you before.
is this how you earn money?
Is it?
At this
Like-
point, I clasp Sinead on the shoulder and I say, "Okay, let's move forward then."
Like the detective novels, really?
No, we will move forward.
Can I just ask, does everyone in this D&D party have like their hidden book loves? Now I feel like everyone needs to have like a secret genre of book they don't want to share.
It's just for them. They know it's shit, but they love it.
Mm.
So, what are you heading straight to the villa now?
Yeah.
Think
Yep.
so.
Okie dokie. So let's have another magic scene change.
Oh, I want combat so bad.
New
I want
scene?
combat so bad.
Whoosh.
I want to
If
show
I
off
can
my new
find the right
spells.
window, because I'm a good GM, honestly.
Right,
Well,
that's my note.
If I knew how Roll20 DMing works, I would. Holy shit, this place is huge. Let's
I
not
am-
investigate this and waste all of Timur's work.
I can't see anything actually.
I think you have to
Right.
roll down. At least my character, I had to go down because
Yeah.
it's a
Oh
big
yeah,
map.
yeah.
apparently.
Got it.
Cool. And I will move this screen. There we go. So, Van Thamper Villa
See you,
is a
dude.
stately stone edifice.
Thanks for chiming in, man.
with
I
a
always
detached
appreciate it.
stable
I hope you have a good
house.
night, man.
Both buildings have sloped rooftops covered with red clay tiles. A wall encloses the entire premises of the villa, and it stands 12 foot high. You do a quick circle of the perimeter, and there are 3 wooden gates. There is a coach entrance to the south, which you are currently stood at, along with a main entrance slightly further east of yourselves. And there is a postern gate to the north, which you would assume is used for servants and the like. What is it you're doing?
Which entrance looks most? I have an audience with Amric. Oh well.
That would be this one over here.
I will go over there then.
Okie dokie.
And I'll also motion people to maybe not, or maybe
Raz
not
will
look
probably
like we're
go with
one
you,
really
wouldn't he?
big group.
Was you saying? Say it again.
No, like try to make it look like we aren't trying to raid the house. So basically, just make sure that you
Do
keep.
So do you want to approach just by yourself without us?
No, I mean, just make sure you.
Aren't like crammed up everyone next to him and we're here.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't overcrowd the gates. I mean,
I'm gonna stand a little bit farther away here.
so is there a guard there, Timur?
There isn't one on the outside.
In that case, I will give a light knock on the door.
It wiggles as if it's loose. How long are you waiting for?
Like half a minute approximately, or I'll
Okay.
wait like 10 seconds and I'll try and knock one more time, and then I'll wait like half a minute.
So after about 10 seconds pass, the door slowly moves open. There we go. And you are greeted by 3 guards. Good afternoon, sir. What can we do for you?
I had planned an audience with Amri, and sadly he wasn't present, so I simply wish to ask if he is currently at home.
The young master is at home, yes. We've not been notified of any audience, however. Especially not with the watch.
Oh, it is truthfully one of my companions he is supposed to have an audience with. So did we introduce ourselves to Amrik, like by name?
I
I think
don't.
a few of you did. I think Sanane did. Bang was talking to him a lot.
Yeah, Sanane's name, but
I'm not sure if Bang said his name, but Bang was talking to him quite a lot. I think even most.
In that case, would it be possible to inform him that Sarmar Senane has requested an audience with him?
Roll diplomacy for me, please.
Persuasion.
That one.
Yeah. Clicky, click. Fuck.
13 is good enough.
Nice.
The lead guard looks to one of his associates, and with a nod, he disappears into the house. You will, of course, understand the need to wait here while we verify this with the master, yes?
Of course.
Good.
Do so clearly we're not even in view as it is now. And
you're not.
And the meeting is only with Sinane, correct? So I guess we wait, until whatever happens with Sinane. But inevitably, we are going to be around as well. So we have to figure out. Yeah,
The
okay.
meeting was arranged for with me, so I don't know if.
Yeah, I want to gesture for Bang to come closer. Because he is the one who has an actual audience.
Yep.
Move up hesitantly.
And like instinctively, I'm not going to be in sight, but I would move to maybe about here.
I'm gonna give Raz a reassuring smile.
And I'll give a nod.
So 10 minutes or so pass, and then this other guard comes back down and says, the master said that there was an abandoned meeting with a kobold?
Yes, that is correct.
He looks at you as if not noticing you were there to start with. Ah, right, well, you will be the kobold then, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he said to allow you up. Assume it's just the two of you?
Oof.
Just because I'm sure you understand, I feel a bit unsure in spaces like this. Would you mind if my bodyguard comes with, and I'm just gonna hesitantly gesture as I pass. Just like,
The lead guard looks somewhat confused by this.
I'm gonna smile and just like, us dragons got to stick together, right? Like, really feebly
Hired,
flap the wings.
Have
you
you?
hired a bodyguard from the Flaming Fist.
So you've gestured me over, so I'm probably about here, I guess.
Well, they're just mercenaries for hire, right?
This is true, but they're not disciplined, shall we say?
This one is.
Very well. You will understand, of course, that we shall need to take your weaponry from you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, of course.
When I see them going in, can I cast the Psychic Whispers to say bang and who will be my third?
Yeah, I was about to suggest if this gears, they kind of disappear in with typers.
Yeah, I'll say bang and
now.
Sanane for now.
Also, I
No,
can't
no, no,
see-
no, no, no. Bang and R1, because if R1 becomes an animal, I need to be able to talk to him.
I was able to see the map, and then my cat sat on
Yeah.
the keyboard, and now I can't see the map.
Yeah, your character disappeared actually.
Right.
think-
I assumed you just moved yourself under Raz.
No.
Might be there.
I don't
Uh,
I think my cat deleted me.
Yeah, no. Your
Bye-bye.
character just.
You are dead.
Rip.
it's fine. I have stored a backup.
Can
Perfect.
we get to bang 2.0, please?
This one
No,
Yeah,
no
so-
upgrades, just a restored backup.
Yeah, so do you have to make a new character because you're
Oh,
Yeah, but
blades.
I'll use Psychic Whispers on Bang and R1 because they know the deal and they won't get surprised by it.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So,
And
your weapons are taken from you, and
all of
sorry,
them. Do they take my book as well?
they will, yes.
But it's just a book. It's my
So
romance
it
novel.
is large,
Attached to a chain.
heavy, and has a chain attached to
Yeah.
it. It
Oh,
is
it is-
clearly a bludgeoning implement.
I reluctantly give them the book. My romance novels.
And your weapons are stored within a case in the foyer. And you are brought through the house by two of the guards, not all three, because they need to keep the perimeter vaguely secure. And you come through here, you see a couple of servants, and you are brought upstairs. That's apparently as far as I can drag you in a single move. There we go. And you get to the top of the stairs, and you can see that there are quite a few guards up here. And the spined devil is there, and it seems to be wearing a bit of a smirk. The door on your left, sir, he says, gesturing at this door.
Gonna
Is it difficult to give the door a knock? Or
Sorry?
like, is it difficult to knock on the door? Like, are there things in the way?
No, there aren't.
In that case, I wish to go knock on the door lightly.
My man.
Okie
He's
dokie.
back.
As
Yeah.
you do, Amric's voice calls out, "Enter."
And then I open the door and I gesture for my friends to enter.
Okay. We'll
As
follow suit.
you
Or
enter
this
the
story.
door, the first thing you see is a man lying beaten and bloodied on the floor next to a large fireplace. Amric is stood to one side of the door, and he is tossing in his hands a wooden cube, about 5 to 6 inches on a side. So, the traitors have arrived then. Traitors, well, you weren't really to know, I guess. Traitors is not quite the right term. But you have been working against us, haven't you? And this little shit, and he kicks the guy on the floor savagely, has been helping you, hasn't he?
What?
Who is this man?
I'm gonna
This is my brother, Thirstwell.
move
Um,
forward and kind of bend down, just like I I've never met your brother in my life, but what are you doing? Your family, right? What the fuck is this?
My character's hit the scales are starting to kind of move a bit and inflate. Obviously, I'm a bit uneasy and on edge.
I'm gonna relay everything that's happening to everyone outside.
He reaches behind him and picks up a pile of paper. So, this essay on the efforts of the cultists of the Dead Three and the source of their funding wasn't intended for the Watch. Don't
Well-
think I'm stupid.
Can I haven't got that good of medicine, but can I see if I'm assuming it's first wall on the floor is still breathing?
like,
Yeah.
is he is
Roll
he talking
perception
about
for me,
the
please.
letter that I got?
Perception.
Yep.
Okay.
Timur, when he says the letter, is he talking about the?
None of it.
You're not certain. There's a lot of blood. What were you asking?
No, I'm just
Right.
wondering when he talks about letter for the City Watch, is he talking about the letter that Thirstwell wrote?
Oh, what he's holding up is 6 or 7 sheets of covered in parchment covered in writing.
To be honest, sir, what your brother or family or anyone else sends to my boss isn't my business. And the how we choose to react to this is also not my business. My boss gives me work, I perform. That's how the watch works.
So, are you saying that you and your compatriots, that my brother has been watching with his eyes and ears, have nothing to do with the disruption of our efforts?
By our efforts, do you mean the cults?
Do you mean what, sorry?
The cults? Or the cult, I guess.
He raises an eyebrow at you, as if to ask, as if to try and communicate. Really, I thought we were on the same page here.
I mean, I came into your room and you're kicking your brother, and from what I can guess, you're throwing a block of wood at him. I'm not omnipotent. I do the work I'm given. And then I go home and I sleep.
While Sinane's keeping his attention,
Yep.
I'm going to use my my Crimson Right.
Right.
I'm trying to find it. Right focus the Celestial. And quietly use it to heal first wall and disguise it as me taking off the wraps around my hands and just as if shaken and by rote binding some of the wounds.
Wow, that's sick.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Roll sleight of hand for me, please.
Okay. Come
So-
on, this game.
do have a question when
Bro.
you're
Oh, let's go!
have a
Let's
question when
go!
you're ready, Mr. DM.
Okay, give me a mo.
Yeah, dude, my character, honestly, at this point, like, he's not perspective, he's not, like,
Is
diplomatic, like, he's gonna
my
pop
die.
off.
There
So,
we go.
I wonder how I'm gonna play this, because in my
he hasn't got
mind,
a hope in hell. Yes, that Amric doesn't seem to notice
like, in my
um,
mind, my character would fucking
that.
smash Amic right now. Just
What was your
Wind
question,
spell.
R1?
fireball right to his
So-
fucking dome.
The room wherever they've been taken to, would it be obvious where they are from the outside?
Um,
If for instance, I had turned myself into a large bird and picked up 2 other players and tried to get them in the window.
so Ithiski could
'Cause I've had a look.
probably
Yeah.
describe which room
Nah,
they're in
dog, 'cause-
relatively easily. In terms
I
of
know-
turning yourself into a large bird and flying through a window with 2 other characters, I'd need to know which bird you were turning into to figure out
Yep.
if that's even feasible.
Because
So
My
I've had a
character
look. There's
would do
there's
that, but-
two choices of giant vulture or giant eagle.
I don't want to, like,
They
delay...
both have the strength to
campaign
be
progress.
able to carry about 390 pounds. Obviously, I
Okay.
don't know the weight. I don't know the weight of the other
Um,
2 at the moment.
If you
But
if
when I said, like,
you two
when
take a
the
look at your
scales
character
rippled,
sheets and figure out
my character's
what
on
your
edge
weight
already.
is, we'll come back to that
But
in a moment.
It's just
Basically,
in case if this guy says,
Van
get
Thamper,
up
if he
here.
fucking steps up,
Indeed.
I'm literally gonna fucking
There is a way up.
smoke his
I'm
ass
pretty scrawny,
site.
so
on site.
140 for me.
164.
So that's £304. How much did you say your
It's
eagle could carry?
about 390. The eagle, I think, can actually carry slightly more. But the math that I managed to figure out here is about 390 pounds on the vulture alone, and the eagle's got +1 strength extra over the vulture. Giant vulture at
Okey-dokey.
that, not just the vulture.
And my character isn't, like, the wisdom is low, so, like, he's not super really aware
But-
of, like,
So it is possible for us to
Yeah.
get up there if we are requested. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go with that.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's
Cool.
happening in the room, guys? Thurswell coughs and seems to be, moving slightly more than he was before.
Just kind of hold him gently and position myself between him and him and Amric. So if Amric tries to go for another blow, he'll hit me instead.
Did
Okay.
okay, sorry. That was my fault as well. So when you rolled perception to try to, like, deceptively heal,
No,
The brother-
so the first one was to see if I could see if he was alive or not.
okay.
I couldn't see anything because, well, it was a nat 1.
Okay.
I didn't know. So the second one was to use one of my class features to heal him for. It's a D4 +3. He regained 5 hit points and he started moving a little bit more than he was previously.
So the sleight of hand, none of us would have seen that, right? Not even myself.
Nope.
No.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So then that's all ongoing while Sinead is still talking to you.
Yeah.
Rick. Yep.
So Amric is still waiting for a straight answer as to whether you genuinely expect him to believe that you're not working against him.
I arranged this meeting because I have an interest in, well, areas that others don't dare get involved with. I'm gonna look between. I'm gonna give like a hard look to Raz and Sinane, hoping that they pick up on that this is out of character for Ifiski. I have an interest in, well, magic that other people find distasteful.
Outside, Shinder begins to talk about, damn, it's too bad I didn't get in there. I was really wanting to hear about the demons and everything.
My master also has an interest in the trade of magical items that could aid your cause. But seeing how this is how you treat your family, I'm not sure you could be trusted with the artifacts of Fae.
Right. Ethiski, can you roll deception for me, please?
Yeah, that's a big deception.
Oh
It's
shit.
a big fucking deception.
Oh shit.
I mean,
Amric just looks at you with a flat look throughout all of this. I have already gotten my older brother to speak and tell me what you've been doing. Now, the
so
way that this
your
is
brother doesn't know that Saz Tam has connection to me, no? That one isn't a lie.
No, that one's not a lie. Regardless of your connections to semi-mythological wizards from faraway places, you have spent the last 3 days trying to undermine our efforts in this city. And you are not going to succeed any further. So I'm going to tell you what will happen next. My guards are going to take you under guard to our prison cells beneath this villa. Wherefore, they shall continue to question you regarding your involvement and who else knows what's going on here. By the time you're let out, it will be too late.
At this point, well, I might want to let Sinane probably react first, since he is in front of me. So I'll let him take his turn first. But yeah, actually, I'll just let Sinane go first from that reaction.
Are you guys going to initiate contact?
How breakable are the windows?
They're fairly breakable. They're basic glass.
And how much can I carry while I'm flying?
That would be your carrying capacity. What's your strength?
16.
16. You can carry a total of 240 pounds.
How heavy are you, Raz?
I'm a big boy.
He is a big boy.
Would that be under features and traits or description? No.
Not sure off the top of my head, but as it is 10 o'clock.
Oh.
No,
No, no. It's getting so delicious.
The evening here. You guys can work on the technical details of your plan over the week to come and figure out what is and what isn't feasible. And we will open next week with the battle for that Van Thampa Villa. Or the wild escape of a bunch of weirdos from a high noble town. Depending on how things go, you know.
By the way, Raz, you can see your weight in your description.
Okay.
Pump that fucker into kicking me.
So, thank you all for watching. You can catch me and
All right,
Sol
I'm off
again
tonight.
on
That's
Wednesday
gonna be the end of
when
it.
we
But thanks
stream
for
Baldur's
chiming in.
Gate